Prakash. Welcome to my channel. So for the past few weeks, I've been traveling a lot, taking new footage and testing some new equipment for this channel. And I missed a little bit time in the gym. I do a lot of training during the mornings and evening time, a lot of yoga. But going to the gym is something different. You train your muscles in a different way. So I've been missing that for the past 3 weeks almost. So it's finally time. I got some time now. And this is a special time because this is a lunchtime, which I really love to go. Most of this time, the gym is fully empty. Mostly empty, so I have the whole gym for myself. So it's kind of a nice thing to have the full free space and all the equipments to yourself. So the gym is not so far away from here. It's something like 10 minutes away from here, so it's very convenient for me. And I would like to share some infos about how I train and give you guys a little bit of insight how I combine this weight training and yoga, so in order to have a kind of a balanced, healthy life.
Cheers. Oh, this tastes so good. I love passion fruit. So with this video, I want to show you how I combine the classical way of training in a gym with weights and the yoga. I grew up with Ayurveda and yoga, so I'm very familiar with these terms and I use them in my daily life because I do Ayurvedic massages and teach yoga. This is my second job. When I train with weights, the most important thing what I try to achieve is to gain a little bit muscle, because with yoga you cannot really get muscle, build up muscle such a lot, and I would like to have a little bit more muscles, because when you get a little bit older and if you're not using your muscles every day, they're not going to be any more bulk or any more strong. They're going to lose their strength. So it is important to keep them stimulated and trained so they could really regenerate and keep this shape. Of course, I would like to have a certain shape like everyone else, isn't it? And that is the part of the training which I do with the weights. With yoga, what I try to do is bring more functionality to the muscles. It is not only just having strength, but to strengthen the muscles in a different way. When we train in yoga, I'm talking about the physical training of yoga, physical asanas and the poses which you do, okay? Not the total philosophy of yoga with meditating and all those concepts. But I'm just, for this video, I'm just talking only this physical hatha yoga, if you want to be a little bit more specific. What I try to do with yoga is to strengthen the muscles in a different way so that they could function better. That is, because when you do weight training, what happens is you're going to break a little bit the fibers in between the muscle fibers. When you put more weight on, they start to bulk up a little bit, isn't it? So you get this. But if you're not doing such a lot of stretching exercises before you start this weight training, you're going to perhaps tear a couple of muscle fibers. Or even after your weight training, if you're not doing a lot of stretching, then the muscles are not going to be very flexible. So you cannot be very flexible and doing a lot of different types of movements with your body. It will be just going to be restricted to certain body movements. Yoga goes a little bit beyond this stretching, because yoga understands the body as a whole system and tries to work on this whole system in a holistic way. And that is starting from how you breathe. So when you start to breathe in these certain yoga asanas, you take more oxygen. You try to just calm down your body or push your body up through active breathing. So you're giving this new impulse with this oxygen and taking at the same time the waste away from the cells. It gives the opportunity for the cells to regenerate, function better, so they have more energy to work with. So, and at the same time, what yoga does is also, it increases the blood flow as a whole system. So it is not only just going to be trying to just put as much blood as possible for the part where you're training. It is thinking about the whole system. The whole system needs to be in a balanced way so that the whole body could function. I mean, we are not just walking arms or walking heads, isn't it? We are as a whole. So you have to think our body as a whole. So this is where yoga is very, very good in thinking in this holistic way, with these different concepts helping us to train the body as a whole and to keep it fit. In daily life, so I use this training to gain muscle and use the yoga to make my muscles more functional, more flexible. And if you're doing a lot of sport, and I used to do a lot of sport, I'm still doing a lot of sport. So hockey, tennis, and swimming, hiking, and jogging, and full weight training, and golf. So what happens is when you do such a lot of sport, your joints are going to be very, very stiff, because they have been used such a lot. And this pressing, for example, if you're playing tennis, you're just going to break all the time with your knee and run back and forth and to breaking and starting again to sprint like that. So what happens is your bones are just always knocking onto each other very hard as possible. So it is going to create a lot of friction, and most of the time when you just get this kind of friction, what happens is it's going to destroy a lot. And the space between the bones, joints, where there are muscle ligaments and vessels and the nerves which are just going through them or very close to them, they do not have enough space. So there is a blockage which happens there, and due to this blockage there is no proper blood flow, and there is no the nerve system cannot send its impulse or the signals further, or that's going to be blocked. So all these things are going to cause some pain, and on a long term, a lot of diseases. So what yoga tries to do is prevent these kind of things, because the concept of yoga is to make your body healthy as possible and keep you healthy and fit. So what yoga does is, with its asanas, it tries to open these joints and bring more blood flow into these joints, and to make room for the nerves so that they can transmit their signals properly. They are not blocked and squeezed in, and the muscles themselves, that they have been stretched in different ways. All these muscle fibers in different ways. So for example, if you do like this, then there's a stretching going on here, and if you're doing like that, then there's a stretching going on here. So these kind of the whole system. So it is not only concentrating on one part of the body. If you're doing properly yoga as a full routine, then you're going to be just train the whole body or stimulate the whole body. And it is just like just think as a car. If you have been driving for a long time and you just bring your car to a service, and all the fluids are going to be changed, and every dirt is going to be taken off from all the moving parts, and the car has been cleaned inside, and the engines have new fluids. So this is the service. Then the car runs better, isn't it? So this is the same thing which yoga in a way tries to do on a daily basis when you practice yoga every day. So it brings everything what you need to service and regenerate your body, so that it could be working very healthy and function good, so that you could be happy. This is the most important thing. I mean, the whole point is that you do not have pain or any kind of discomfort on a daily basis. So what it does is it brings all these things which we need in order to keep our body really, really fit and healthy. So like the breathing, the oxygen, and the oxygen brings, and then the blood flow. Then we have the food which is being transported, all the molecules which we need to reproduce the cells or repair the cells, and all the waste which has been produced in the cell, they should be taken away from the cell. So you're not collecting the waste in the cells, in the muscles. So the whole system starts to work better. So I try to just get this full concept and combine it with this weight training, so that I could have a certain shape, not lose muscles, gain muscles, and at the same time keep them very functional, so I can move myself a little bit. So I can all these kind of things. The muscles are not too big that they're not going to just prevent me from doing all these kind of movements which I should need in daily life. Because those days, as I did not do such a lot of yoga on a daily basis, and I did more sport than yoga, I had a lot of back pain, and I used to work a lot as a programmer, And as a consultant, for business consultant, I was working a lot on a desk just in front of a screen. And then in the evening, I used to just go and just do a lot of sport, either just with the boat going out and rowing, or just going for tennis, or into the fitness club and do a lot of weight training. So it was just always bombarding my bones and the whole system without giving them enough room to regenerate. So since I'm practicing such a lot of yoga and integrated it into the daily life, early mornings, a little bit early morning, a little bit in the evenings, and especially when I do, as you saw in this video, when I combine this, so at the end when I train that I'm going to train my body in a holistic way. This helps me a lot, and helps me also a lot to understand this combination, so that I could help in my second job, where I said, as I said before, where I work as an Ayurvedic therapist and a yoga teacher. I use this knowledge, practice knowledge which I have, and try to help my clients who are having the same kind of jobs like I have as a primary job, where you are most of the time sitting in front of a screen and working, and you get very, very less movement during the daytime, and you just go to the gym and put yourself more under stress and fully do such a lot of training that you're fully powered out, so that you think, okay, now all the stress is gone. But that is not correct, because that is just only one part of it. The second part is that you're giving your body a chance to regenerate. So you took all the fluids out. You were sweating on the treadmill, or you were sweating on the cycle, and spinning cycle, and you go to the sauna also. Most of them just after sport, in all the fitness clubs where I was a member and a member, they always have a sauna or a steam bath. So most of the people, just after doing a lot of training, they just go directly into the steam or just into the sauna and sweat everything out. They think you're sweating everything out. Yes, you are, but you have to at the same time give your body something back through a massage, which stimulates the body and the muscles and the blood vessels and the nervous system. Through yoga, we stimulate the body and to bring all the joints back to where they should be, so that they could function better on a daily basis. So this is one way which I found for myself, and which has a very, very long history itself, Ayurveda and yoga, and it is a proven philosophy and a proven concept in order to keep the body in a holistic and a healthy way for a long time. If you have already tried yoga and combined these two and still have the feeling that you have not, perhaps let me just give you one or two small tips which perhaps you have not considered yet. You know, as I said before, the yoga is a holistic way of thinking, a holistic way of treating your body. So it is not only just how our system should be just on a physically being stimulated. There are so many other things which stimulate the body in order to function better. And one of those things is the environment in which you work, in the environment in which you train. Because, you know, a happy surrounding makes us happy. And why do we emphasize on being happy? Because when we are happy, we are feeling good. There is a reason for that. So this is where Ayurveda and the yoga comes and says, you have to not only purify your whole body, you have to purify also your environment. You have to have a look around. I'm not talking about just redecorating your house or something like that. I'm just talking about finding places where you can go to when you're having the intention to regenerate your body. Try to find a place in your house, in the garden, or outside. So for example, if you have the possibility to go out and enjoy the sunset or the early morning, the sunrise, wherever you're living, you should do that. Go for a walk. And this is the point most of the time which I see people going for a walk or for a jog, but they are not really enjoying that. They are just pushing themselves again such a lot. You come across these people just trying to catch their breath and suffering again on the road. next to a main road, you jog next to a main road and breathe very bad air. This is not going to help you regenerate your body. And try to enjoy when you're just walking. So the most important thing is when you're just going out like that, the breathing itself, you have to find a place where you get fresh air and be conscious about how you breathe. You should just be able to feel this fresh air going through the nose and giving you this energy, just giving a boost. And when you breathe out, feel like you just lose weight, get rid of all the waste which is not supposed to be in your system. So this is what I try to always emphasize. If you're just going for a jog in the evening because you're stressed out in your job and you want to get yourself released from all this stress, then you need to give something beautiful to your eyes also, to see something different than what you have seen the whole day in your office. So you go out, you see the greenery. If it is during summer or spring or autumn, you see the beautiful colors. If it is winter, of course, this is not the best time to see something beautiful most of the time if it is not snowing. Open your eyes and try to find something which is nice. So in that way you stimulate your brain in a different way to help you regenerate very quickly. I use my garden and at the same time I go for a walk during the sunset. If you have been following me on Instagram, you will really see a lot of sunsets, which I really enjoy. I do not like to just sit somewhere and just enjoy the sunset. I just like to walk into the sunset or walk away from the sunset and just absorb this light and how the environment which it makes. That is where, as I said, Ayurveda and yoga gives you these impulses, because these elements are very important in yoga, and how you dress, which colors, which you see, because there are so many different colors. If you just see red, for some people it is nice because they've grown in a culture where red represents something very good, and for some other people who are grown in a different kind of a cultural background, for those people a red color is a more aggressive color. So for people who really like to have gray and gray, they need that gray and gray. If they're happy, they need gray. So they should try to find a place where they do not have the rest of the colors. So these are also important elements which play a major role in how you train your body, how to get rid of the stress, and how to push your body to regenerate very quickly. So the whole point of doing all these things is, at the end of the day, to have no discomforts regarding your body parts, and every body part which you have is able to fulfill these tasks and function good, and that should make you satisfied and happy. This is the main goal, to have less discomfort, feel comfortable, feel healthy, feel energetic, and have the feeling that you're not fully powered out. You have enough energy reserves to create something new every day, and you want to create something new, something beautiful. So this is the goal which I set for myself when I'm training, and which I also try to set for my clients as well. So on a long-term basis, if you want to have a healthy and a balanced life, especially in consideration of the body and the functions of your body, then you have to think a little bit different. I'm really, really thankful to you, and hope that I was able to inspire you or give you some kind of information which could help you to rethink a little bit and do something different in your daily life. If you are really have been doing a lot of sport and gym and trying to do yoga, or have been doing yoga and following Ayurveda or yoga or something like that, these concepts, and perhaps you could see it in a different light now. And if you do have any kind of other information or different opinion or anything to share with, please do write in the comments, because the most important thing is that we share and learn from each other. So that's very important for me. So please do comment. And anyone who is watching this video or just reading that, so they could also be gain more knowledge through that. Thank you so much, and I would really appreciate it if you could give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, so I could afford to make more videos, and it will give me a boost also to inspire me to make more videos as well. So thank you so much. Take care, be happy and be safe. Bye bye, until next time.